Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick cat video, and you might be thinking to yourself, why do we need a cat video? It's pretty self-explanatory, but I feel like there is not enough people out there talking about the pros and cons of owning a pet. So maybe you are somebody that are thinking about getting another pet, or maybe you are thinking about getting your first pet. And so this is a great video because I'll be talking about the pros and cons so that they're fresh in your mind. But also I want to talk about the very few things that a cat needs, because there's so many things in the beginning you just spend and spend and spend and get carried away. And cats are very simple creatures. They're just like humans. They don't need a lot. And so in the spirit of minimalism, I wanted to show you what my cat uses and loves. Everything else I had to sell, so you don't make the same mistakes that I made. It's Sunday and look at my cat just resting lazily. This is what she does on an average Sunday morning. I'm telling you, cats have the life. But anyway, let's get into the video. This is the Pat Domain, and Ziwi Peaks is supreme when it comes to cat food. There's no better brand than Ziwi Peaks, but it's very expensive. I get it off Amazon, but it's still very expensive. So if you can't afford Ziwi Peaks, the next best is True Food. And what you want to look for in cat food is for it to have as much protein as possible. When I do have store the dry food, I store it in this store container with a tablespoon measurement right there. A lot of people give their older cats wet food in cans because they have a hard time digesting otherwise because they're older, but Pat doesn't like wet food, so here we are with Ziwi Peaks and True Food. And if you buy in bulk, just be careful because sometimes it'll go bad before the cat can get through all of it. And then we have a generic scratcher that you can get off Amazon or Target that will help protect your furniture and also your clothes from getting scratched up. And this is very essential. I got it off Amazon, and it prevents your cat's claws from getting caught up in everything. A lot of times cats can keep on scratching themselves and scratch themselves too much and bleed, so they need nail clippers. I'll show you how to use those in just a bit. And also a pee pad for your cat when they travel, and you definitely need a lint brush, and I recommend getting one that's not disposable. So I have the one that's not disposable down in the down bar. When choosing a cat toy, you just want to make sure that you get a fabric that your cat actually likes. So my cat really likes my nice blanket. She took over my nice blanket and she won't use anything else. And so cats can be really persnickety, so just make sure it's a fabric that they like. And feathers obviously are good because it'll be like a bird. And then you want to get baby shampoo that's unscented so that you can wash your cat when the cat arrives. If they pee themselves by accident, then you'll have to wash them because they'll stink. And then here is the kind of kennel that you need. You want to make sure it's big enough so that they can easily fit in there, and you want to make sure that it doesn't open at the top. Airlines will not take your cat if it opens at the top. Make sure that everything is steel. So these bolts over here, they're all steel. The airlines require that. You'll need to get bowls that attach to the door, and the bowls will have water and food, or you can just put it in one of the mesh kind of bags and take it on the plane with you and keep it right by you. But if they pee, it's a lot more messy than if you put it in a container like this. The upsides of having an animal is the health benefits. Having an animal live with you, you live longer, you are less likely to get depressed. It's so comforting. After a long hard day, you can just hold your animal. But also it is something very cute to look at, and which brings people a lot of joy. There's a term for that. It's called cute aggression, when people they speak in a different voice, a different pitch of voice, and they squeeze the animal because they're so happy to see the animal. And it's literally like having a kid. You see the little paws and little heart walking around your house, and it's the most adorable thing. And so it makes you feel a lot less lonely. Obviously, an animal is not going to learn English. It's not going to be able to think ahead. So that means it's not going to go to college. So you don't gotta pay for education or anything like that like you would have to pay for a kid. So that's the biggest benefit. It's not a lifelong commitment, and it's not going to need an education. When it comes to food, you want to get something with the highest amount of protein and something without any filler whatsoever. Ideally, no potato, no vegetables, definitely no corn, no filler. My cat was fed the cheapest cat food when I was a little girl, and it has lots of problems. lots of health problems. And so now I feed it the best that is available. And so my 2 brands that I recommend, I'm going to put them in the description bar. But if you have a dog or any other animal, do your research on food. Just like with humans, what you put in your body is really important. The animal's health depends on this. So you don't want to skimp on food. When you're feeding the cat, you'll have to get a feel for how much it can eat without going over, so you'll need a scale. And so I portion it out according to tablespoons. I don't just dump a bunch of food in her bowl, she'll get fat. Lots of American cats, they're huge. They're not supposed to be that fat. They're not going to be happy if they're fat. So you want to ration it out. The only way you'll know if they're gaining weight or not is if you have a scale in the house. So you eventually get it down to the level that needs to. My cat right now, she gets 5 tablespoons every day of food, and that's all she gets. She might get a few treats, but that's it. I don't know how big your cat is, so I don't know how active your cat is, so you're gonna have to adjust it according. But you don't want to let your cat go fat. It's not a good life for it, and it's gonna decrease the lifespan and the happiness level of your cat. So this is my cat, and I put a treat here to calm her down. The first thing you want to do is you want to grab your scissors, and you want to make sure that you're on something that's going to catch all of the spots. So she's purring right now. Anyway, when you're cutting nails, you don't want to cut too close. So you see her nails right here. There is a part where you can see the pink part. You don't want to cut the pink part. That's too close and it will hurt her. So you just want to clip above that. So here I have like this, like that. So the purring is stopped. Just want to do it quickly because the cats aren't going to like it, obviously. And you don't need to do the back nails, you just need to do the front nails. I'm missing. Hold still, Pat. There it is. Okay. You could go faster, but you don't want to clip like the wrong thing, and the cat's not gonna like it, but you know, they've got to get it done. She loves her Buddy Biscuits. It's important to have sharp ones or else it'll take longer than necessary, and then the cat will get agitated. So that's why I got these sharp ones. And if they fidget too much, then you just have to say no really loud, because they'll know what that means. There we are. Making great progress here. Okay, so I think I got all of them. Now I just need to get... And this will prevent her from scratching herself, but also prevent her from getting her nails caught in the blankets. There we go. She's all done. Then you want to give her one more treat to reinforce good behavior. Here, Pat. Such a good cat. And cats really like it when you touch them on the back here and on the head. That's their favorite part usually, but every cat's different. Some cats actually like it when you touch their stomach. Some cats like it when you touch under their neck, but she really likes the head and the back here. But you can tell if a cat is happy because their tail is up. If their tail is fidgeting like that, then they're a little bit playful or they're mad. So if their tail is twitching, then that's when you need to look out. When their pupils are dilated, that's another thing you want to look out for. That means they're not happy. So pupils dilated, tail twitching, they're not exactly happy. Tail up and purring, they're definitely happy. Snoring.